delivery. Nwabali helping it on its way and then deciding to come all the way out to prevent that ball running behind for the throw. The half-time whistle will come any second now. The referee looking at his watch. And there's been plenty of talking points in the first half, plenty of chances as well, big chances for Nigeria, Victor Osimhen in particular. But Luis Marius Mbaba frustrating him, frustrating the Super Eagles, and at half-time here in Rabat in this first CAF playoff semi-final on the road to next year's World Cup. It is Nigeria 0, Gabon 0. Nwabali got hurt, he's been put under pressure. I think he's just felt something go, possibly a muscle issue. Been closed down by Andre Biogo Boko. Was he caught on the right ankle, followed through by the Gabon player, Stanley Nwabali. The starting goalkeeper. He's trying to run to the AFCON final last year. He's been the first choice ever since. And he's calling for a change. He's not going to be able to continue by the looks of it, which is a big blow for the Nigerians. Two substitute goalkeepers available for the Super Eagles. Maduka Okoye of Udinese in Serie A in Italy is the obvious contender to come on. Nwabali was calling for the change. Let's just see if he changes his mind and tries to continue. It looks like the signal is being made towards the bench that he will try to carry on. It's beginning to look like one goal will perhaps decide this, if we are going to have one goal in normal time. Nwabali looking like he's ready to try to carry on. Gabon meanwhile preparing a double substitution then. So Royce Openda is making is that Nigeria were not in a strong position at all in their qualifying group a couple of months ago. Inside the box, a really superbly taken goal from such a tight angle. The Galatasaray man makes it Nigeria 3, Gabon 1. Cameroon against the Democratic Republic of Congo to come. That one kicking off in just under an hour from now. There's a chance that this game will barely have reached a conclusion by then. Simon to take the latest corner. The referee's just holding things up here. There is a Gabon player down. If the Nigerians feel that Gabon are happy to buy some time. To make sure stoppage time in total. What can Thierry Muyuma say to his players now? There's not a huge amount more that he can do. Not always been especially prolific in front of goal for the Super Eagles. He was brilliant at the AFCON last year in Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria's run to the final, and yet he wasn't exactly banging in the goals then. His work rate is so impressive, but he got just one goal at the Cup of Nations last year. That was in Nigeria's first game against Equatorial Guinea. But a hat-trick against Benin in that crucial last group game last month in this qualifying campaign. And the all-important third goal tonight, you'd have to say, because Gabon now are faced with a mountain to climb.
When you come to cut that forward.
How many kilometers?
Just caught a glimpse of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He and his Gabon teammates are going to have to lift themselves. We go again. The second half in extra time here. 15 minutes to go, plus any added time. There's likely to be several minutes of that, because we've seen that throughout the evening tonight, that the officials have added plenty of time on. We've already been playing for more than 2 hours in reality. Normal time reaches a conclusion. Nino forwards. And Nigeria just need to make sure they avoid making a mistake. Gabon's good performances usually come at home. They're very formidable indeed in front of their own supporters. They tend to play games in Franceville. Can be a bit tougher for them on their travels. Excellent campaign all round in the group phase, of course. Only Cote d'Ivoire taking anything off them. But really, this has been a step up for them tonight in terms of the quality in the opposition camp. And at this level, if you give the ball away in such a situation where you are liable to be... He can't believe it. Nigeria could have won this right at the end of injury time. I have to question why Gabon was so wide open. Osimhen was coming from his own half. He wasn't offside. And he is completely snatched at the chance. Astonishing. From one of the most clinical strikers in world football. Osimhen making a complete mess of it. And to extra time, we will surely now go. Absolutely remarkable for a player who has been in wonderful form this season. 6 goals in 3 Champions League games for Galatasaray. He could have won it with the last kick, but instead Normal time finally over here in Rabat. It has finished Nigeria 1, Gabon 1, and we will go to extra time in this first CAF World Cup playoff semi-final. Akor Adams thought he might have won it for Nigeria when he pounced on a mistake to score in the 78th minute. Mario Lemina's deflected effort though, bringing Gabon back level on 89 minutes. On to extra time we go. And do not go away. Well, time for a huddle for the two sets of players on the edge of the pitch here in Rabat, and really just a case for the two management teams who are trying to lift their troops as we head into extra time. Keen to get on with things. Well, if you are just joining us, you've missed plenty of drama here in Rabat today. (1-1) between Nigeria and Gabon. Late goals, Akor Adams for the Super Eagles, Mario Lemina replying for Gabon, Victor Osimhen squandering an absolutely golden chance to win the game right at the end of 12 minutes of stoppage time in the second half. And now time for the toss of the coin before we move on into extra time here. Some instructions for Wilfred Ndidi, the Nigeria captain. Will be Nigeria to kick us off then. we go. In extra time then, in this playoff semi-final. Who will come out on top? Nigeria, regulars at the World Cup across the last 30 years. The first ever World Cup came in North America in '94. And they want to make sure they're back in North America next June. The first ever 48-team World Cup, but they have been thwarted thus far by Gabon here. Changes at the beginning of extra time. Just wonder what that miss will do to Osimhen's confidence. He will be looking for Osimhen in the middle. Gabon will be a bit more relaxed. There's less pressure on them. They salvaged this situation with the late equaliser. They were then rescued by that incredible miss in injury time from Osimhen. Mario Lemina, the goal scorer, with the aid of a crucial deflection. Thumbs up from Moses Simon. Here's Bassi. Zaidou Sanusi charging forward. Ball looking for Moses Simon. Wasn't the best. Moses Simon very settled in France these days. He left Nantes for very ambitious Paris FC in the summer, the second club in the French capital, now playing in the top flight. Thierry Mouyouma, the Gabon coach, there with his back to us. He played in France himself. Also played in Cameroon, by the way. Possible at the moment we could have a Gabon-Cameroon playoff final here, with the winners on Sunday of the playoff final here in Africa will advance to the Inter-Confederation playoffs to come next March. Of the qualified teams for the Inter-Confederation playoffs, Bolivia will be the South American side, New Caledonia from Oceania. 2 teams to come from the CONCACAF zone. We have 3 groups. At the moment the teams in second place that are primed to advance are Curaçao and Costa Rica. Panama, the other team, currently in second place in the CONCACAF groups. Then you have the AFC playoff tie, which first leg is today, United Arab Emirates and Iraq. Winner of that one will advance to the Inter-Confederation playoffs as well. Ball into the middle, an awkward one. And eventually collected by Mbaba. He made some really big saves in the first half, let's not forget. The ball looking for Aubameyang, cut out by Frederick. Nyeka lost that ball under pressure. Frederick again keeping a cool head. Nigeria player staying down here. The referee will just stop the play for treatment if needed. Well, how big will that goal from Mario Lemina prove to be? Just came at a point where Gabon appeared to be down and out. I think it's safe to say it wasn't going in without that deflection. Nicely worked. Ndidi coming forward. It's a nicely measured ball as well, and Nigeria have that second goal. Really well played, and a really cool, composed finish from Chidera Ejuke. Well, Nigeria could have won it right at the end of injury time. They've kept their heads up, and they have that second goal now. Celebrations in the stands, and I'm sure celebrations back in Nigeria, all over the country as well. Collective sigh of relief maybe too. Great play by Ndidi, perfectly measured ball, and Ejuke, the second half substitute, just picking his spot low in the corner. Maybe an unlikely hero for the Super Eagles, the Sevilla winger who'd never scored for his country before. Celebrates in style as Nigeria 2, Gabon 1. And it's 2 Sevilla players on the score sheet then for Nigeria today. Ejuke was a long time out of the Super Eagles reckoning. It's more than 5 years now since he made his debut. And finally gets his first goal, and what a time to get it in extra time here in Rabat. A huge pick-me-up for this Nigerian side. Maybe the most relieved man in the stadium will be Victor Osimhen. Must have feared the worst when he squandered that chance. Felt it might have handed the initiative to Gabon, but we've seen the response now from Nigeria at the start of extra time, and it's now going to be over to Gabon again to recover from falling behind. They're all going to make another substitution. It's going to be a defender coming on. Number 4 is Alex Muketu. I think it will be a double change. Nigeria might be happy just to slow things down here. Ejuke has taken a knock to the knees, being helped back up by Victor Osimhen. In the 100th minute of this game, but you do have to add on 18 minutes of stoppage time across the first half and second half combined. Time then for Gabon to make that change. It's Brian Mayo coming off here, which is interesting. Substitute being replaced, and Noah Lemina, the other substitute, being replaced as well. Muketu is on, and Jeremy Oyono is coming on as well, twin brother of Anthony. So a bit of a reshuffle at the back, I think, for Gabon. Possibly a switch to 3 centre-backs. Let's keep an eye on that for the moment. Nigeria trying to force it through to Osimhen. Yeka charging forwards. Not doing things the easy way in this qualifying campaign, the Nigerians. It's really well played by Frederick though. Osimhen from the angle. Victor Osimhen, he's found a corner. That's more like it to the Super Eagles superstar, who rips off his shirt in celebration. The mask is gone. And after that unlikely miss at the end of normal time, well, that is surely the goal that sends Nigeria into the playoff final. And you have to say huge credit to the young defender Benjamin Frederick. Talk about defending on the front foot, charging forward into the opposition half of the field and giving it to Osimhen inside the box. A really superbly taken goal from such a tight angle. The Galatasaray man makes it Nigeria 3, Gabon 1. It's really hard to see Gabon coming back from this. The Nigerians have the wind in their sails. And their biggest star finding his range again. 6 goals during the group phase in qualifying. Well, there's another goal tonight. And after Ejuke had restored their lead, the 2-goal cushion for Nigeria leaves the Panthers of Gabon with an awful lot to do. You have to say the response has been excellent. Some confirmation, Victor Osimhen getting a yellow card, as you might expect, for ripping his shirt off in celebration. You may have noted as well that Amas Obasogi got a yellow card. Well, that's one of Nigeria's substitute goalkeepers picking up a booking for coming onto the pitch to celebrate that goal. Gives you an idea what it means to the Nigerians, who might have another chance here. Simon has put it over the bar. Well, it's all happening. There is the yellow card shown to Osimhen, and the yellow card as well shown to Amas Obasogi. Nigeria's third choice goalkeeper. He plays in Tanzania. Simon. Will not keep that ball in play. Well, he's put in a power of running today, Alex Iwobi. And you do have to say all credit to them for their response in extra time. Fallen on Yeka. We're going to have 4 added minutes in the first half of extra time. Well, this game will go on and on. A marathon, not a sprint, and that applies to this game tonight as well as this qualifying campaign in general, of course. If if either of these teams are to make it to the World Cup, well, they'll have to keep going until the playoffs in March. It's not going to be decided tonight or on Sunday. They need to keep winning in the meantime. Osimhen has the shirt back on, his mask back on as well. Here's Lemina. And we got Gabon's goal late in normal time. High hanging cross, which Wabali will claim. Anthony Oyono, his brother Jeremy, is now on the field as well. They have done well in this qualifying campaign, Gabon, but it may well be that it's about to come to an end for them. And they'll have to wait at least until next time to appear at a first World Cup, the 2030 edition, which will partly take place here in Morocco, of course. Here they come, driving run towards the edge of the penalty box. Well defended by Nigeria. Great running by Onyeka. Stopped by Lemina. Ikumi. Challenge by Bassi, so Gabon free kick. (3-1) Nigeria leads. Free kick given away by Bouanga. It's not been an easy evening for Denis Bouanga. Challenge on Onyeka. Just one or two signs of frustration setting in for the Gabon team now. And there is the whistle, half-time in extra time. Victor Osimhen finding his range at last, and Nigeria look to be out of sight. It's going to take something remarkable from Gabon to reverse the trend now. 3-1 Nigeria leads in this remarkable semi-final tie. We've had 105 minutes, but you can also add on more than 20 minutes of stoppage time in total. What can Thierry Muyuma say to his players now? There's not a huge amount more that he can do. Osimhen. He's not always been especially prolific in front of goal for the Super Eagles. He was brilliant at the AFCON last year in Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria's run to the final, and yet he wasn't exactly banging in the goals then. His work rate is so impressive, but he got just one goal at the Cup of Nations last year. That was in Nigeria's first game against Equatorial Guinea. But a hat-trick against Benin in that crucial last group game last month in this qualifying campaign, and the all-important third goal tonight, I'd have to say, because Gabon now are faced with a mountain to climb. Just caught a glimpse of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He and his Gabon teammates are going to have to lift themselves. We go again. The second half in extra time here. 15 minutes to go, plus any added time. There's likely to be several minutes of that, because we've seen that throughout the evening tonight, that the officials have added plenty of time on. We've already been playing for more than 2 hours in reality. Nigeria would love a fourth goal just to wrap this up. Chidera Ejuke, a little acceleration, then checking his run back the way. Osai Samuel with the hanging cross, looking for the head of Osimhen. He's brilliant in the air, Victor Osimhen. Less reliable with the ball at his feet. Late in injury time, in normal time, but he recovered that ability to apply the finishing touch when he made it 3-1 to Nigeria. Bouanga. Cross in from the right, watched all the way by Nwabali, who claims it. Nwabali getting himself into trouble. That was nearly a catastrophe for the Nigeria goalkeeper. It would have given Gabon a massive lift. Goodness me. Aubameyang nearly giving the goalkeeper a red face. Nigeria want to make a couple of changes here. We're going to see the vastly experienced defender William Troost-Ekong coming on, and another defender as well in Chidozie Awasiem. So Bright Osai Samuel is making way. And Alex Iwobi coming off too. Deserves a rest for all the running he's put in tonight. And Troost-Ekong will just add his experience. Defender now playing in Saudi Arabia. player of the tournament at the AFCON last year on Nigeria's run to the final. Chidozie Awaziem entering the fray as well. Well, it's been a while since he's featured for the Super Eagles, the centre-back who plays for Nantes in France, gone back to France after a stint with Colorado Rapids in Major League Soccer. Osimhen again, once more from the angle, it's another goal for Osimhen. And that is that. 4-1 for Nigeria. Well, you did wonder how they would react in extra time after that incredible miss of his. We've seen the answer, and you have to take your hat off to them collectively and to Victor Osimhen individually. And once again he finds the corner, bringing that ball down superbly, just bulldozing his way through. Fantastic from a brilliant striker. What a response from him. Quality shining through in the end for Victor Osimhen. And this game has finally got away from Gabon. The World Cup dream has got away from them too. And one of the very best players on the African continent stepping up when it really matters. Now 8 goals for him in this qualifying campaign. That does remove any of the tension from the remaining minutes here. Maybe Osimhen can get another hat-trick. He can't stop scoring hat-tricks at the moment. One for club, one for country, already in the last month or so. Ekweli-Manga. A lot of veterans in this Gabon team who will not be around for another World Cup qualifying campaign. I think the last hurrah for the likes of Ekweli-Manga and probably Aubameyang will be the upcoming AFCON. Gabon's first game will be on the 24th of December against Cameroon in Agadir, but it's not going to be Gabon against Cameroon in the playoff final in Rabat on Sunday. Gabon looked to be heading out, defeated by Nigeria here today. Cameroon hoping to secure their place in the playoff final later. That game against the Democratic Republic of Congo kicking off in just 15 minutes' time. Gabon's other group stage opponents at the AFCON, Mozambique and then Côte d'Ivoire in Marrakech on New Year's Eve. The Gabon fans who've come here to Rabat for the game today, much more subdued now. Ekomi Maybe still time to salvage some pride. Back with Nigeria. Osimhen. Well, he's on a hat-trick, but he's going to have to try and pick out a teammate here. Ejuke. Score of Nigeria's all-important second goal, of course. Seems to be running on empty, Chidera Ejuke. The referee giving the free kick, and he's going to produce a card here. Booking for Muketu. Clock ticking down. Well, that's what it meant to Victor Osimhen, Nigeria's superstar striker, with a brace in extra time, and the Super Eagles keeping their World Cup dream alive. That's good covering from the experienced Trustekong, one of the Nigerian players who has been to a World Cup before. Not too many members of the current squad who were around in 2018 when they went to the tournament in Russia. Didn't make it beyond the group stage. Another free kick given away, this time for the challenge on Onyeka. And time for another substitution, and Victor Osimhen is not going to get his hat-trick, but they'll need to keep him as fresh as possible, wrap him in cotton wool ahead of the final to come on Sunday against either Cameroon or the Democratic Republic of Congo, who are about to get underway in the other playoff last four tie shortly. And it's Tolu Orokodare of Wolverhampton Wanderers in England who replaces him for the last few minutes. Big, powerful centre forwards. Nwabali again getting himself into a little bit of trouble. Well, it's not going to impact the Nigerians too much now. There will be some very tired legs tomorrow, but a lot of that fatigue will be offset by the delight at being into the playoff final. Final to take place at this same stadium on Sunday evening. And that will be a fascinating semi-final as well between Cameroon and the Congolese. (4-1) for Nigeria here. They've run away with the game in extra time. Ejuke, and then 2 goals for Osimhen. Orokodare. They've shown they have that extra quality. Infield for the shot from range, a really good hit that. And tipped around the post by Mbaba. Ndidi with the effort. could have been 5. When you think back to the saves that Mbaba made in the first half, Nigeria will probably feel that they should have had this wrapped up long ago, before the end of normal time. Wasn't to be, but credit to them for their response in the extra period. Here's Bassi. Onyeka just getting into a bit of a scrap, and it's a booking for Onyeka, I think. Nze Samake is the Gabon number 15 who gave away the foul initially. Well, the referee would be wise just to try and bring proceedings to halt as quickly as possible. There's not much to be gained now by carrying on here. No question that Nigeria have won this. Before any tensions really spill over, that was Samake needlessly lashing out. Onyeka limping. We have had 120 minutes. And we're going to go into 4 more minutes of stoppage time. Well, not quite over the line yet. It is incredible how much time added on is just adding an impact into the legs of these players, because we've had an extra half an hour. We've also had, we will have had, close to 30 more minutes of time added on across the evening. Just gives you an idea of how grueling this playoff schedule is, and how grueling a task it is for these teams to come through this. There's another game to come on Sunday for the Nigerians. Just got to finish the job. Maybe a chance for Gabon to pull it back to 4-2, and Wabali doesn't hold on to it. And Awaziem puts it behind for a corner. No need for the Nigerians to take any risks, of course. They seem to be home and dry. In comes the corner, headed away as far as Nze Samake. Shot sails over the bar, and in fact we're getting confirmation that it is only going to be 2 added minutes at the end of the second period of extra time, which means that we are just about there. Nigeria are heading through to the final. What an evening it's been here in Rabat. A remarkable game. There will be a lot of tired legs in the Nigerian camp tonight and tomorrow, but they'll have to pick themselves up again, because there is the playoff final to come. They should have had it wrapped up without having to go to extra time, but all credit to them for the way they responded in extra time.